All right. Happy December. Like December 1st. Crazy, right? The holidays are here. So exciting. So first I want to just say congratulations to our team. We are officially 7 stars. Yay. Congratulations, guys. I mean, this huge milestone would not be possible if it wasn't for every single one of you guys on this team. So thank you for your hard work, for your dedication, for your commitment to helping people, because that's what this is. We've helped a ton of people and it's reflected, so let's just keep doing that this month. I want to first congratulate all the rock stars on this team for achieving Success Club last month, which means that you helped either 3, 4, 5 people, right? I mean, I know that it was a tough month. November for me has always historically been tough. You guys know that, but you guys definitely killed it. So congratulations to Michelle for hitting Success Club 10, which means that she helped 5 people. And I believe she did that on the last day. So she kept pushing. That's always a non-negotiable for her, and she made it happen. Nilda, Success Club 5. Amy, same thing, Success Club 10 on the last day. Congratulations. Jamie, Success Club 6. Maritza, Success Club 10. Like, on the last day, this team was working. Good for you guys. Carolina, Success Club 6, which means that she earned her summit ticket. So proud of you, girl. Summit is going to be, they don't even know Team Advent. They don't know what's happening in New Orleans, right, guys? We are coming and taking Beachbody by storm. So prepare yourself, Jeff.
Our event team is already getting extra security for Team Advent.
There you go. Migdalia, oh my goodness. First month as a coach, and she came in, powerful. Congratulations for hitting Success Club on your first month, which means that you've earned a call with our CEO. And congratulations, Rudy and Wendy, for hitting Success Club 6. I'm so proud of every member on this team for just definitely changing lives. And as I said, it's really just about that, right? The other thing I want to say very quickly is, guys, this is the last month we have our challenge packs at 140. So make sure that you leverage that this month. Make sure that you are helping 3 to 5 people within the first 2 weeks of the month, because it's the holidays, the excuses are going to come. People, start to think about, the pasteles and the coquito, and they don't want to know anything about working out. They want to know about dancing. They want to know about, gifts. That's it. So make sure that you help people the first 2 months, the first 2 weeks, keep saying that. And then make sure that, you are leveraging that to your advantage. 140, that price is retiring. So make sure that you're utilizing that to your advantage. We want to help a lot of people. So go back to your follow-up list, go back to your list and contact every single person that you've ever spoken to, that you've ever invited, and that you tell them this amazing news. All right. And how cool. Did you guys see Carl Deichler's post on the app? He's like in our app. He's all up in our business now. But definitely it's fun to see him in there doing his thing. So, all right. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce our guest speaker tonight. And his name is Jeff Mathewson. I was about to read your stats and my computer just basically crashed like always. My team knows me for this. So
I don't have stats after hearing everybody with their Success Club numbers and all these accomplishments. I mean, my stats are going to be like, he lives in Utah and he got stuck in a cattle drive for traffic today. Like, those are my stats.
Well,
so.
you're an important guy in Beachbody. Hello.
Thank you, Gabby. That makes me feel good.
You are. You're very important. He is one of the senior managers at corporate, and he focuses on the northeast region. He works currently, I know that it's going to change, but currently with 6 to 15 star diamond coaches, and he's been in New York. So if you went to, I believe it was the January Super Saturday, yes, the one that Denise and I hosted, he was there. He had an amazing presentation. Do you actually have that recorded?
Maybe? I do.
Oh, can you pass that along so that I can share it in the team page, por favor?
And it's going to cost you.
And he's going to hold the call completely in Spanish tonight.
Sí, señorita. Hola, ¿cómo estás, tout le monde? Oh, wait, that was Spanish and French. I could do it in French.
No, that's not going to happen.
Nous voulons parler français, nous pouvons parler tout le soir en français. Hein?
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying to us. It sounded really nice, but I hope you're not insulting us.
I don't know what I said, to be honest.
But yeah, so tonight, Jeff is going to talk about, what it means to finish strong, and he's going to give us some tips that are going to help us. So I know I have my notebook ready. So if I were you, I would have yours too. Jeff, take it away. Thank you so much for spending tonight with us.
No problem, guys. My pleasure. I'm excited to be on Team Advent's call, one of the top teams in the Northeast and in the entire company. I mean that. And kudos to this team. A big day today. I know Gabby shouted you out. And you'll notice she complimented the team. It's all about the team hitting 7-star, guys. She'll be the first to say it is not Gabriela Lopez, 7-star diamond coach. Yeah. No, that's not how this works. Team Advent is a 7-star diamond team. Guys, you were only the 41st team ever in the entire Northeastern United States to be a 7-star diamond or higher. There's thousands and thousands of teams in the Northeast, basically anything from Washington, D.C. all the way north to Canada. And you guys are the 41st team to ever in the history of the company hit that mark. So kudos to you guys, because that's just a testament and a benchmark, a marker showing how many lives you're affecting and helping each day. Even when it's hard, even when it's boring and long and you get people telling you no, or you're crazy, or I'll never have abs like Rudy Rosa has, or right? But you get this every day and you keep pushing through and you keep helping people. Now, that's cool and everything, but it's not always easy, right? And we understand that at corporate. We know it's not always the easiest thing to push through, to share, to communicate with others, but it is 100% worth it when you get one of those messages. And I'm sure we could all relate to a message we've got recently from a challenger, or someone saying, Amy, thank you for sharing this group with me. I love the accountability. Or Migdalia, I probably slaughtered your name. Hermana Hernandez is what I'm going to call you. How about that? I can say Hermano, okay? Hermana Hernandez in her first month on the team, changing lives, impacting the masses. Pretty cool deal, guys, what you're doing. And speaking on behalf of corporate, of Carl and Jeff Hill, myself, the rest of the team out here, we sincerely appreciate what you do, because it's because of you that we get to do what we love, and that's working with great people, and just down-to-earth, good people. And I say that, and it's fun to say that, because I look around and I see Gabby, I see Rudy, I see Mary, I saw someone else with their kids, and it's pretty cool that you're able to build this business and help all sorts of people and be with your family and just create this cool legacy. And I want you to know, if you have your kids on the call, I'm so happy you do, because I've had coaches on the call be like, I'm so sorry my kids are here, I couldn't find a babysitter. I'm glad they're here, and I'm glad that you have the freedom and ability to do that. I have 2 kiddos of my own that's what I'm going to talk about tonight, so you're welcome. And I'm just glad that you're here, and I'm glad that they're on the call too. Yeah, look at all the little cute ones. Yeah, Carolina's got her little one. I know it's getting close to bedtime out there, so I'll try to make this quick. But I wanted to share a couple thoughts with you. And as I do that, Gabby knows this well. I'm known to do this. Talk. And as I do that, if you guys are like, wait, I don't get that, or I have a question, or I don't think that's true, dude, I want to give my 2 cents. Seriously, unmute yourself and say, hey, Jeff, just interrupt me, or throw it in the chat and we'll discuss it, okay? But when I was talking to Gabby, who, as you guys know, is just a great coach, great motivator, great mentor and leader, She was saying, hey, I'd love to have you come on the team call and talk about leadership and pushing through the end of the year and setting the stage for 2017. I'm like, I can do that. I do that pretty much every day, right? And as I get to work with our leaders in the Northeast, so I run the Northeast region, yes, but I specifically work with our 6 to 15 star diamond coaches and their teams. So, as I converse with the Melly Mitchells, the Saudis, the David Atkinses, who I know several of you met at Super Saturday up there in New York, as I talk to them and hear some of the things that they're trying to do or they're struggling with that's working for them, I've tried to bring some of what they've shared with me into the training. I'm not even going to call that training's boring, into the discussion we're going to have tonight. So I hope that something that I share strikes a chord or resonates. And if it doesn't, message me after the call and be like, dude, that was really bad. Give me something else. Okay. But I'm excited to just be on the call. So what I wanted to do real quick, when you're on a call with me, guys, I love the Christmas trees too. That makes me happy because I'm doing mine in my living room too. Okay. I want to ask, because I love her glasses, Ada. She's like, oh no. Did you see how scared she just got? Do you know how to
Yes, I have someone who's talking to me now, and I said, you got to wait till I'm done.
Are you okay if I ask you a question?
Sure, of course, anytime.
I love your stunner shades, by the way. They look great.
Well, thank you. You want to know how much these cost?
If you're anything like Mickey Fernandez, I bet you got them in a great deal.
5 pesos.
5 pesos. That's
$5.
Hey, I remember when I was in New York, we ate some great, I think it was Peruvian food or somewhere. I don't know. We ate some great food and we had chicharrón for the first time, and I will never have it again. I think it was about 5 pesos worth. So anyways.
But real quick, I wanted to ask you, where are you in Utah? My nephew lives out in Logan.
I live in Highland. I live right between Salt Lake City and Provo.
Okay, I don't know what that is, but I just wanted to ask you that.
I will tell you this, and I wish it was light outside, guys. We got a foot of snow overnight and 3.5 feet in the mountain. So it's a fun place to live, but it's cold. So,
okay. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. Here's my question for you. So I'm sure you've heard about this, but when people say like end of year push, or I'm pushing all the way through the end of the year, what does that mean to you? What does that look like when you hear that or hear people talk about end of year push? Putting you on the spot.
You asking me or the group?
I'm asking you, sister.
Oh. A little pressure.
Mm-hmm.
But just keep doing it. Just keep pushing. Whether they say no to me and go through my list and just do what I have to do every day, show up every day.
Yeah. Good. I love that. And that's, it's pushing it. It's showing up every day and doing the uncomfortable things. A quote I heard from Jeff Hill. I love that, Ada. Great job. Let me think so I'm putting you on the spot.
That's okay.
One quote that he shared with me, he said, successful people are the ones willing to do uncomfortable things. And frankly, what all of you do as Beachbody coaches, as mentors, as sponsors, as whatever challenge group leaders, whatever these titles that you hold are, it's not normal. It's not. And it's not comfortable, guys. It can get to that point, but think about it. You're helping people do 3 things that like 99% of the population, this is not an actual fact, but 99% of the population does not enjoy doing or know how to do. Okay. 1, you help hold people accountable. Oh, Mike's that's not fun. Right? We love to just, okay, it's good. We're all good. Everything's roses, peaches and cream. Everything's good, right? You help hold people accountable with their health goals, with their financial goals, whatever it is. That's one of the agents of change that you are as a coach. Second thing you do, you help people learn how to portion control and eat right. Nobody likes to do that, guys. It's not easy. It's not fun. Trust me. I've got a whole freezer full of Dreyer's ice cream that's waiting for me after this call that I'm going to eat with my cute family, and we're going to enjoy that thing. But it's also good to use the containers, to portion control. And people don't know how to do that, or they aren't motivated, or they don't see the why behind it. You guys are helping them understand that. And the third thing, as much as we like to believe it, as much as we like to think that everybody exercises, everybody doesn't exercise, including this guy. I miss days. We all miss days, right? But well, unless you're Ada Gonzalez, because she shows up every day. But the rest of us, we need some help. And you guys are helping people figure out how to get healthy, how to work out, how to feel good doing burpees that they never could do before, doing a Superman punch, which, by the way, guys, my Superman punch looks like a beach out of water. I still can't do it without tripping over myself. Point is, you're doing these 3 things, and it's not easy. Sometimes it's not enjoyable, but I will tell you what, it is so rewarding and so worth it. And especially as you get into a wheelhouse where you can share that every day and just do it. And like Ada said, you just show up every day and do it and do it and do it. I'm telling you, it's in repetition that we become skilled and execution driven. Okay. It's in repetition that we become skilled and execution driven. And what I wanted to share tonight, sorry, that was a roundabout way to intro my presentation, but that's what you get with me. I told you I ramble. I'm going to share my screen. I actually have a presentation. This is fun. And Gabby, what I can do, I can send this to you if you, I don't know, if you want to share it out, because I know some people take notes and sometimes I go quick. Yes, so you'll have it at your disposal. All right.
Yes, please share.
I do have a question. Is anybody going to Philadelphia for Super Saturday in January?
I don't think so. So you're safe.
Okay, good.
Oh.
Because this is a sneak peek of my presentation for January. So I'm like, well, if you're coming, you're going to hear it. So let me just pull this up real quick for you guys. Okay, I think it is right there. Let me just blow the screen up here. Can you see this impeccable photo of Summit, Jeff Hill on stage? Give me a thumbs up. Awesome. Okay. What do we do as coaches? How do we do an end of the year push? How do we push towards goals or set goals, right? We do it through creating moments, right? And this is my message, I guess, I want to share with you. There's 30 days left in the year, guys, and it's the holiday season. It's busy. You're with family, you're with friends, which absolutely that is number one priority all the time. Before anything Beachbody, before anything challenge group, it's always family and friends. Some of you might be like, wow, corporate said that? Like, it's okay to do that? I'm like, yeah, it's okay. But I will say this too, and I will challenge you. Family and friends priority number one, you're going to be around a lot of them, and you're going to be around a lot of people that you haven't seen for a while. It is a prime opportunity to just have conversations with people, okay? They're going to see Mary and say, wow, look at your they're not going to say transformation. No one says that besides coaches. But they're going to say, wow, you look great. What are you doing? What have you been doing since I've seen you last? You got to be ready to share something. Don't be like, oh, I work out from time to time. Hey, I'm doing this great new program called Core to Force. It's this mixed martial arts thing. I'm like Floyd Mayweather sometimes. You guys are way better at talking about this than I am. Point is, in December, be ready to talk. Be ready to share. It's a prime opportunity, guys, to set the stage for 2017. The way that you do that, the way that you do end of year push is to not have the mindset of end of year push. I've only got 30 days. Because that mindset, it sets you up for, okay, after 30 days, I'm good. I'm just going to let things happen because I did that end of year push. I want you to push to the end of the year with the mindset of I'm setting the stage for 2017. This is a delayed response business organization, whatever you want to call it, that we do. Meaning, the efforts that you put in now, you may see some of the benefits directly. You may see some immediate things happen, but most likely you're going to see the results happen a month, 2 months, 6 months, 12 months from now. That kind of sucks because we have to be patient. But I can tell you, if you remain consistent and show up every day, like Ada said, the delayed response is going to happen. You're going to see some great, great growth in 2017. That's my biggest passion with coaches. I don't want people to just do a end-of-year push or a short-term goal. I want you to have a long-term perspective for a long-term sustainable team and business, okay? And the way that you do that is through showing up every day with that long-term perspective in mind. Is what I'm doing today helping me get better than what I was yesterday, right? Every day. Am I better today than I was yesterday? Am I better today than I was yesterday? Imagine if you did that for a 6-month period. 180 days, you just got better, a little better than you were yesterday. You're going to be a pretty powerful influencer after that time, right? And the way that you do that, you see this on the screen, it's through creating moments, okay? I don't want to sound all Disney or anything, but it's through creating moments. It can be something as small as helping someone do 2 push-ups when they couldn't do 0. Maybe it's helping someone get their blood sugar down. Maybe it's helping someone feel confident or a part of a group and a family that they've never had this social connection, which, by the way, side note, okay, my opinion, Beachbody works and is successful, and you guys are successful as coaches and life changers, not because of our programs and not because of our products. We could do this call for the next 8-9 hours, and I could refute anything about Shakeology and our programs. And corporate shouldn't be saying that, I know, but think about it. Now, I'm not saying the programs and products aren't great. They're phenomenal, and they work. They get results. But I could say, well, Shakeology is a little expensive. I can go to Costco, and I can get a meal replacement shake that fulfills that need for me. Or, well, there's this ingredient. I don't think it's really worth messing with that. I'm not a fan of it. Well, I like 21-day fix in the workouts, but I've got a gym pass for free because my friend works there. I can just go work out there. I don't need a workout, right? Not discrediting what the programs and products are, but there's ways that people can call it into question, right? My opinion, why Beachbody works is not because of our programs and products. It's because of the social network. It's because of the support, the accountability, and the relationships that are built. And if you are relationship driven with goals to grow your team, with goals to grow your finances, whatever those goals are, and they're good, honorable goals, you're going to be successful as long as you focus on building relationships and creating moments. Rant over. Now I'll get to the training. And my little girl is currently saying hi, so I'm going to show you. Say hi. Sorry, I had to see, she's wondering who I'm talking to. We create moments, guys. And when I think of what you do as coaches, I think of a couple things. I think of a couple coaches' stories and how they've been able to create moments in times of adversity, is they've been able to create long-term sustainable growth. Okay. I think of this past leadership event, which I know Gabby was a warrior. She went in, she had, the injury come up while she was competing for a surfboard. I'm glad you're feeling better. At that team building event, though, one of the things I loved, I saw a post on Facebook from a coach, and she was there with her husband. And during the workouts, this coach said, I'm super shy. I don't like proactively talk to people, which is weird that I'm able to see success, but I don't like talking to people. But her husband's like totally outgoing. And she said he went over to these paramedics that were there for a workout and for this team building and was just talking to him about what they do. And the paramedics were like, this is awesome. This is like so uplifting and motivating to see you guys working out and being healthy. And anyways, the husband tells her, well, goes to the coach, who's the wife, and says, you need to talk to this paramedic. Like, she's awesome. Goes over and talks to her and tells her about a challenge group eventually. Anyway, this EMT, long story short, is in her challenge group. And before the challenge group even begins, she makes this post on her Facebook. The paramedic does. Okay, now they're friends. And the paramedic says this before the challenge group has even started. Says, I'm thinking about making a change. I've never been more happy to have a weekend off. Helping people at the Beachbody convention are seriously motivating. Okay, stick that negativity where the sun don't shine. Proof to me that it's the network, it's the community that makes this all work. That's a moment, okay? That's how you see success at the end of this year or the next year. Create moments. Help people create moments for themselves. I think of this story. A great, great coach from Boston, Massachusetts. I know if you're a Yankees fan, he's a Boston Red Sox fan, but he's a coach. He's part of our family, okay? His name is Craig Daigle. He's currently a Diamond coach. He's been a coach for just over a year. He's a single dad of 2. He went through a pretty nasty divorce, and his former wife had some health problems, some drug issues, things like that, and basically raising his 2 kids on his own. And at the end of December 2015, he was overweight. You see the picture there in the middle. He didn't have confidence. He barely had enough money to get by and support his 2 kids on his own. He was working super long shifts. And one night he is on Facebook and just put it out there. He says, I need to make a change. I need to get healthy. Anybody have any tips? And this contact, not even a friend really, his contact says, hey, I have a copy of T25. You should try it out. Lets him borrow the copy. He does T25 a little bit. He's feeling good. He drops some weight. I think he lost 15 pounds in December. doing it. He's feeling good. And he's telling his family that. He's like, I feel great. This program's working. And his sister, who's not a coach, goes online and researches Beachbody, T25, and sees sees the 21-day fix challenge pack. She orders him for Christmas 21-day fix and Shakeology. Okay, because he wanted Shakeology, he couldn't afford it. His sister got it for him for Christmas. He hits that in January, loses another 20 pounds. Hits it in February, loses another 30 pounds. Okay, by March, he's lost over 100 pounds with this program. Let's go back to February, though. The cool thing is, he's just doing workouts and feeling better about himself. He's just sharing online. But now all these people are saying, well, shoot, this is awesome. I need to be a part of that. I want to try that out. Guys, in February, he hits SC, I want to believe 16, okay, in February. He qualifies for his summit ticket. In March, he hits SC 20, okay, and is on his way to becoming a diamond coach, and has now been able to cover his Shakeology, been able to have some extra funds to take his kids to some different places. Point is, Craig Daigle is no different than anybody else. He had an experience. He shared it without really the intent of, I'm sharing it to benefit me. No, he's sharing it because he's having a great experience. He's creating moments, and that's how he's going to see long-term sustainable growth. And you see here, he's taking his kids to Beachbody events now. Like, his life's been changed forever. Pretty awesome guy. His last name is Daigle, if you want to look him up on Facebook. First name Craig. Last story I'm going to share, and then I'll hit the other portion of this conversation. A moment that's created for me is by this coach, and Gabby may recognize her. Jillian Kaplan. She is from Framingham, Massachusetts. She is a current elite coach last year. And she lives there with her husband, Doug, and their two dogs, okay? And she was an elite coach. She was at Summit with a good portion of her team. She's on track to be elite as of June, okay, right before Summit. And the week after Summit, she's in Massachusetts in her neighborhood. If anybody's been down there, roads are small. There's a lot of turns, crosswalks. And one morning she's out walking her dog, and unbeknownst to her, she's crossing a crosswalk, and she unfortunately is hit by a car. And it sends Jillian and her dog flying over the car. The driver was deaf, and was signing to his partner in the car and did not see her. This resulted in Jillian going to the ER with several facial fractures. She had a hematoma on her brain, broken hips, and just really in a bad state. And I remember getting a message late at night from her husband saying what had happened, and outlook wasn't good. Fast forward, she's in the hospital, she recovers, and if you ever look at her Facebook page, guys, her posts, literally like 3 days after the hospital, they had to shave her head to put metal plates in her head to relieve the pressure. They had to put, I'm trying to remember what she calls it. There's two metal rods coming out of her hip to basically keep it in place, and it comes to a point. But in the hospital bed, she's got her Shakeology and a little rubber band because she knows she's got goals and she needs to keep going because people need that. And I'm like, Jillian, you're fine. Like, you're good to take some time off and heal up and get better. Moral of the story is, guys, she didn't let the struggles and trials get in her way. Here's some photos of her journey, okay, of her working out in her hospital bed, unable to move, head half shaven. She made this post of, hey, what do you guys think of the side shave? This is trendy, right? She had fun with it. I had the chance to go out and meet her when she came home just about 2 months after her accident. They said that was extremely fast for someone of that type of accident. And I've never been more motivated by someone, guys, in her ability to overcome obstacles and create moments, not for herself, but for others. All of her posts were, let me know how I can help you. Let me know how we can help you as a team, right? And Jillian didn't let the excuses, didn't let the hard times get in her way. This is her with her device still in her hips, able to stand on crutches now, and pushing through a few months after the accident. She then starts doing Country Heat. She was supposed to be in the Country Heat test group when this accident happened and was pretty bummed about that because she made no excuses with the device still in her hips to make sure they did not continue to break, okay, with several facial fractures, she showed up as best as she could. She did her best, right? And you see here, no excuses. Now, I'm not saying you have to be Jillian. I'm not saying one bit. Be your best self. For Jillian, she was being her best self, okay? And you can see her. She's now out walking her dogs again. This was about a month and a half ago. And I show this next picture because the most recent Super Saturday in October, this is what Jillian looked like. Device is out of her hip about 3.5 months after her accident. And she's presenting on stage at Super Saturday. Guys, she is on track to be a 2016 elite coach with her team. Despite this accident, almost took her life, despite the trials and hardships, she pushed through and continued to create moments. That is how, in my opinion, you finish the year strong. How you start 2017 off with a bang. Create moments and don't let the excuses hold you back, okay? Even if there's cute little kids that are spitting raspberries at you, right? Here's a couple things, though. Those are fun stories. Those are good stories, and they're motivating. I love sharing them. The way that you help people create moments is you help them get results. Guys, you've heard that there's going to be another Beachbody health bet next month, right? Utilize that. Start now, okay? Get people involved with that and help them start getting results. That's a great way to do that. There's going to be some things going on in January that will help facilitate this. You'll hear some announcements on really soon. But as we're helping people get results, okay, as you're pushing hard through 2017, you're going to face 3 things, in my opinion. This is what I hear from coaches a lot. First thing you're going to experience, unfortunately, is a lack of confidence and credibility. Guys, how many people on this call have ever lacked confidence? I have. When I started this job, they said, oh, yeah, you're going to the Northeast, like New York, Boston, Philly. You better have some thick skin, Mathewson. They bring it up there. I'm like, oh, man, I don't feel like I'm adequate or worthy or prepared or qualified to be sharing anything with these guys. They know how to do this. Guys, we all lack that confidence and that credibility at times. And like I said, people are going to call into question what you do as a coach and a leader all the time. They will. But they can never call into question you. Okay? Like I said, they can call into question our products, our programs, whatever. They can never call into question your story, your passion, and your desire to help others. Okay? They can never take that away from you. So when you're ever feeling down, if you're ever feeling like you hit a roadblock, you rely on you and your story. And I mean that. And all the other stuff, the success club points, qualifications, titles, ranks, bonuses, whatever, that will come as a byproduct of staying true to yourself, sharing your story, and helping others do the same. I've seen that. That's what I see these top coaches do. There's no secret to it. They just remain so dedicated to themselves and their team and their purpose. Okay? You will experience this as you push through the end of the year and as you go into 2017. Be ready for it. But know that you're a good coach. You're a great leader. I mean that. You deserve the success that's coming your way. You deserve the struggles that are going to come your way too, because guess what? That makes you tough. And that makes you stronger, and it makes you better able to help others overcome their own obstacles in life too. Second thing, like, man, this guy does talk a lot, Gabby. You're going to experience a little bit of this. Anyone on this call willing to raise their hand and share if they've ever compared themselves to others? I do all the time. Guys, we do it all the time. We'll compare ourselves to other coaches. We'll compare ourselves to other entrepreneurs. We'll compare ourselves to people that have a 6-pack when all Mathewson has is a 1-pack and it's a keg. Like, we do that. We compare ourselves to others. But we also compare ourselves to ourselves, right? We beat ourselves up. Well, man, today I just didn't do as well as I've been doing the past 4 or 5 months. Like, I've had some of my best coaches quit, or people aren't responding to my challenge group messages. Like, what's going on? I'm failing at this, right? Anytime we start comparing ourselves to ourselves, or we compare ourselves to others, that's what will prevent us from growing and succeeding. Comparison, seriously, guys, is the ultimate roadblock to success, in my opinion. what you need to do is use comparison as a motivator. Look at others around you. Look at someone that has that six pack. Look at someone that's seen a ton of success in the business. Look at someone that's been doing this for 6 months and you've been doing it for 3 years. Look at what they're doing and learn from them. Apply some of the things that they're doing. Don't copy them, because guess what? What you do is special. Don't change it, but apply what you learn from others. Use comparison as a great tool and progress and move. Don't get demotivated and frozen. Okay? I'm going to show you guys a picture. It's one of my favorite pictures. And if you follow me on Facebook, which if you don't, let's be friends. Okay, I'm a nice guy. You can find me Jeff D, like dude, Mathewson on Facebook. Okay, picture of my cute family for my profile picture. But I love this picture. I shared it on my Facebook profile. This, to me, guys, is the ultimate example of comparison. For anybody that watched the Olympics, that's Michael Phelps. Okay, greatest Olympian, not just in U.S. history, but in all of the world. He's won the most medals in Olympic history. Okay, I think 28 or 27. Point is, guys, Michael Phelps was swimming one of his last races of his career. Okay, this was in the 200-meter butterfly. And one of his greatest rivals, or someone he's often compared himself to, someone he's often lost to in races, Chad Leclos from South Africa, is the guy in the green cap. Okay, and before the race, NBC's backstage, like, here's the racers getting ready or whatever, and it shows Michael Phelps, and some of you have probably seen this photo. He's got like his big hooded coat on. He's got his headphones in. And he's just looking straight forward at the wall, right? He's in the zone. He's preparing. But it shows NBC, when they're showing him, they show his rival, Chad Leclos, shadow boxing like this in front of Michael Phelps in his vision, right? Seemingly taunting him a little bit, saying, hey, I'm gonna bring it. I'm going to beat you. And they get in the pool, and this photo was actually snapped in the last, I want to say, like 50 meters of the race, okay? And what do you see in this picture? Where is Michael Phelps' vision at? He's focused on his end goal. He's focused on where he wants to go and what he's pushing for. He's not looking around to see where the other swimmers are. He's not looking around to see how much time and distance is left to the end of the race. He's facing forward. He's looking forward, right? But you notice Chad Leclos, where is he looking? Right at Michael Phelps. He's so caught up in worrying what someone else is doing that he's not focused on what he's trained for. Result of the race, Phelps takes first, wins the gold. Chad Leclos finishes 5th in the race, off the medal stand. Don't compare yourself in a negative way. Use it to grow and learn, okay, and get better. Last thing I want to share, okay, and then I'm done talking and we can do Q&A, or we need to go. I understand that because I talk a lot. You are going to experience this, okay, as you push through the end of the year and as you head into 2017. I promise you, you will, okay? You're like, wow, that's really motivating, dude. Thanks. We're going to fail. That's really encouraging. I'm never coming on a call again. Not the point of this, I promise. How many of you on this call, including me, have ever failed at anything? You're like, dude, Mathewson, really, that's the dumbest question ever. We all fail. We do, guys. I've failed. Carl Deichler has failed. Like, I could tell you a story about P90X and how that thing totally tanked when we first launched it. I won't, but if you're wanting to hear the story, say, dude, tell me the story. I will tell it to you. We all fail, but I'll tell you this. We don't wake up in the morning telling ourselves, man, I cannot wait to just go and totally bomb that workout today. Can't wait to just go out there and fail and just totally suck at everything today. We don't say that. Like, no one has that mindset. And if you do, then we need to have a separate call about personal development here. Guys, we don't go out there trying to fail or fall short, but it happens, okay? The fear of failure holds us back from our full potential so often. And the sting of failure, when we try to accomplish something and we push and we push and we push, and we fall short, that sting of failure and disappointment, it hurts. And it's hard to bounce back from. But if you can go into situations, if you can go into your coaching business, if you can go into this legacy that you're trying to create with the mindset of, I will fail, I will fall short, but I will bounce back up and I will do it again. And I will get better every time it happens. You've got to take that approach, guys, because if not, you're setting too high of expectations for yourself. We're human. We're not perfect here. The fear and sting of failure can hold us back. And I know that from firsthand experience. You just saw my little girl Alexis come in and blow raspberries at you guys. This is her on the screen, okay? one of the cool things about working at Beachbody is that they offer us paid paternity leave. Okay. 3 months of it. And my wife and I just had our second kid, our baby boy, back in late July. And I decided, well, I'm going to use some of this leave. Got to spend lots of time with my little girl, Alexis, with my wife, Nicole, and with our new baby. And one day, Nicole comes to me and says, Jeff, I've got this great idea. Nicole's full of great ideas. She is. She's full of a lot of them. She says, and Alexis is too, guys. She says, we're going to put Alexis in dance class. And she's all excited. She's like, we can get her little tutus and dance shoes. She's going to hang out with her friends in the neighborhood. It's great. It's my friend that teaches it in her basement studio. It'll work out great. Where does my mind go as a guy, right? Some of the guys on this call will relate. I start thinking, how much is it? How often do I have to show up? And how much is it? Right? Fortunately, it ends up being a really good deal, so that's not a worry. But she says, okay, this first week, Jeff, your one job before you go back to work is you need to pick Alexis up from dance. I'm like, perfect, I can do that. I can be super dad. I'm going to be completely opposite of all those failure dads on like movies that never show up for games because they're at work, right? So my job is to show up, pick her up from dance, take her home. Done. Got it. Guys, I show up to dance. And before this, my wife and I have been talking like, yeah, this is going to be great. Like, she'll get so good at dance. She'll grow up and maybe she'll be like this famous Broadway ballet dancer and make a lot of money and maybe like be able to just support us. And, you know, we can just go and watch her perform. You know, we got all these big elaborate goals with this 2-year-old dance class, right? Guys, and I expect to go to dance and pick her up and see her running across the dance floor, giving me a big hug, saying it was so great and wonderful. I show up. And sure enough, when I open that door, I hear a familiar sob and a familiar hyperventilating cry from Alexis. And I see her, sure enough, bear hugging the teacher in tears, saying, no more dance, go home now. And she sees me, sure enough, she runs across the floor just like I envisioned it and gives me this big bear hug, but she is sobbing, never wants to go back. And I didn't know what to do at that point. I get home, talk to my wife, and we make this plan. She says, okay, I'm going to go with her next week, help her feel comfortable and not so scared of being with strangers. It'll work out. I'm like, great, I'll be back at work, but you got this. You can handle it. Side story with this, guys. And I'm trying to make this a little quick because I know time is precious. The past 8 or 9 months, my wife and I have been finishing our entire basement of our house, remodeling it, gutting it, framing it, finishing it to turn it into a basement apartment. Okay, to rent out and have some additional income. Part of that, and some of you guys can relate, is bringing in contractors who work on their own time schedule. And one of those was Comcast or Xfinity. And if anybody that works for them or knows someone that works for them, I'm going to warn you now, I'm going to bash them a little bit. Comcast is really known for their customer service and being really timely in their installs and delivery. Not the case. But for our renters, we need to have cable and internet installed, and we had booked them out 2 months, okay? Dance class, now get this, dance class is in the morning at 10:30 a.m. on Wednesdays. 2 months before dancing was even a thing in our family, I had scheduled Comcast to come out at 10:15 in the morning on a Wednesday. 10:15, 10:30 dance. We realize this Tuesday night before dance class happens, the night before I go back to work after being gone for a month. I can't stay home with the contractor while Nicole takes her to dance. Like, I'm going to lose my job. I've been gone for so long. I have to go to work. So we say, okay, here's the plan. He's going to come. They says a quick install, 15 minutes. You can take her to dance, get there on time. It'll all work out. She's still going to be an amazing ballet dancer. It's all going to work out for us, okay? Perfect. I'm at work, guys, and I'm sitting there watching my phone like this. I'm like, okay, I'm just waiting for that text to say that the guy's gone, that we're good, and she's at dance, and Alexis is doing all these pirouettes on her way to Broadway, right? And I don't hear anything, okay? 10:45 rolls around. Dance class starts at 10:30, and I get this text from my wife, and she says, Comcast is still here. And she sends this picture. Alexis keeps asking when we're going to dance. I see this picture, guys. She's in her tutu. She's watching her show, waiting to go to dance, and my heart breaks. This picture may not mean a lot to you, but this was the ultimate sting of failure for me. Because I had set that contractor up, because I had him planned, I had basically let down my daughter, who's going to be this amazing ballet dancer. She's 2. I get it. This is how I felt. I was a failure. I screwed up. I ruined everything. My daughter's going to hate me. My wife's probably mad at me. They're both probably sad. I'm a failure. I'm not good at this, right? All this irrationality just starts entering my mind, and I immediately text my wife back, well, let's just take her to dance. Don't worry about the contractor. Tell him to leave. We'll just bag renting out our basement. Actually, don't even take her to dance. Let's put her in something else. Let's not even take her there. It's not worth it. Irrationality led to poor decisions and just bad thoughts and bad thinking, right? Moral of the story is this, guys. When you experience the fear and sting of failure, oftentimes it's hard to pull ourselves out of it. Fortunately, with this whole business, this whole coaching thing, we have something called a success partner. And in my opinion, and I know everyone will agree because you probably think you have the best one out there too, I have the best success partner in life, okay? My wife. And a few minutes after I send that irrational, jumbled text of nonsense, she messages me back with this photo and this message. And she says, Jeff, it's all good. We went down in the basement and just did 20 minutes of sighs. And now Alexis can't stop laughing and saying, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, just like Shanti. We love you. All that irrationality, that doubt, that fear, that pain, that sting of failure, guys, immediately washed away. Even though I'd fallen short, even though I felt like I had just failed the entire planet, which I didn't, my wife, my success partner, pulled me out of it, okay? And they had a good experience and everything worked out. And now dance class is a routine thing every Wednesday. Alexis goes. She doesn't need us. She actually tells us bye, basically, and runs in there and leaves us at the door now. And she's turned into this cute little 2.5-year-old dance prodigy. Not on Broadway yet, but I'm still counting on it, dang it. Moral of the story is, guys, you are great leaders, but you will experience comparison. You will experience the fear and the sting of failure. You will experience doubt and like you don't have confidence and credibility. You do. Don't let those things hold you back from reaching your full potential, especially these last 30 days of the year, and especially as we head into 2017. Do your best, get better every single day, and at the end of this thing, you're going to be pretty content with where you're at. And then we're going to go for more. With that said, I'm done sharing pictures of my family. I just talked your ears off for way too long. I'm so sorry. But I really, really just want to encourage you guys, continue to do your best. Continue to fail and continue to get back up and push because it's so worth it. Gabby, I'm done yapping. I'm sorry I went way longer than 25 minutes.
Man, I didn't know that you were going to make me cry.
You're welcome.
Oh my God, I saw a picture with that size and I lost it. That was amazing. Wow, thank you. I took notes. I hope everyone else did. This was amazing. Thank you, Jeff, seriously, for coming on our call and sharing your knowledge and your leadership. We really appreciate it. Can we still 5 more minutes in case someone has a question for you? Or
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Anyone? It's just Jeff, el hermano.
No, I have a question. No, yo tengo una pregunta.
Go ahead.
Okay. When you asked me the question earlier, about closing out strong, what goes through my mind personally, like I said, a little pressure, but I'm going to show up every day, which I do. However, even with showing up, I still have in the back of my head, I didn't hit Success Club. You understand what I mean? Like, it's still there. Like, that's the little thing that I want to get rid of, because I don't want that to motivate me to continue doing what I enjoy doing, because I do. I show up to work out every day. Been doing that for maybe 14 months already, which is good.
That a girl.
This I'm showing up every day now, maybe for the last 3 months. I said, this is what I want to do. I do want to do this. But even with that, you still get a little discouraged when you're not meeting that mark. So that's just that little, it's not a voice, it's not a little voice. It's just something that's still there. Eventually I know I have to learn to get rid of that.
Well, I think you said it best, that eventually you're going to learn how to get through it. But this may not be the best response to that, and I don't want it to come across wrong, but I'm really glad and happy that you're not content with not hitting Success Club, that it bugs you, that it irritates you a little bit, because to me that shows that you want it and that you're going to get it. It's just like, we'll get it next month. Yeah, we'll go next month. Yodi. No, that shows that you really, really want this. And I'm a firm believer now, with the point of sometimes we do need to evaluate, are we doing the right activities? Are we approaching this maybe in the best way? Am I really showing up every day? But at the same time, things will happen as long as you stay consistent and people continue to see you can stay consistent. Guys, we live in a world of inconsistency, and people just need to see people that deliver. And you're a great example of that based on what you've told me. Sorry, that was a rant on my part. Not really an answer, but.
No, that's okay. I'll keep doing it. But like you said, there is, you just hit the nail on the head too. There may be something that I have to change. And the personal development, I can be honest, I don't do it every day. I do it maybe every other day. But I think I'll just have to get better at that.
And two, and this is partially our fault at corporate, guys, Success Club is important. I will say that it is a proven benchmark of success, but sometimes we forget about the true markers of success, right? You may not be Success Club 5 this month, but you will be the next month, or in 2 months, or in 3 months, when these people on their own journey and on their own time frame come along, right? And unfortunately, there's two things we can't control in this business, which kind of stinks because they're two really important factors in this business. One is people. Can't control them unless you're a superhero of some sort, and time. But if we can have the mindset of, I'm going to influence both of those things, control the controllable and influence the rest, right? Kind of helps us stay grounded a bit. But you're right. That's a hard thing to get that doubt out when you're like, man, I'm doing everything I need to be doing, and it's just not happening yet.
All right. Thank you, Jeff.
I didn't do anything, but you're welcome. And two, if people can't think of questions, you're like, after the call, oh man, I wish we would ask this. Like, I put my Facebook profile there for a reason. Like, don't hesitate to ask me anytime.
Hi, Jeff. So thank you so much for sharing everything you shared. I mean, when people say they get a kick in the gut, throughout your presentation, wow. From everything from those that survived tragedies, because we think we all have tragedies, and you know what, compared unfortunately to others, they're nothing. And they stayed on track. Why can't we stay on track? And the story with your daughter, man, I'm a crier, so I had to step away and come back because my kid quit. We let her quit dance because it wasn't for her. She was 2.5 and she ran out of the studio onto the street. And you've been to New York. It's not the best. Yeah. So we felt that we let her down. So we thank you so much. I really wish the call was in Spanish because my husband needs to hear what you shared. But thank you.
I'll work on my Spanish. I took 3 years in high school and I forgot it all since I learned French. But thank you for the kind words. That was great.
I do have a question for you. Because obviously the internet is a wonderful thing, and we are connecting with people all over the United States. What do you think that the Northeast is missing in order to connect a little more with the Mid and the West? Because that's where I'm having a little bit of disconnect. I don't know if it's some words that we use. I don't know if it's the culture, because here we do have to be very PC. And I noticed that some of my acquaintances it's either black or it's white, and that's how they like it. So I don't know if you have any tips on how to connect with people on that side.
Two things that come to mind, and the first one, you're like, that was a horrible response, Jeff. But be you. And I know that sounds so like cheesy, but it really is. Like, like, don't try to be a Lindsay Matway. Don't try to be a Mickey Fernandez. They're great. And I love them both, but be you, because there's no reason why you can't or shouldn't be the top coach in this company. And that's not your goal. I know it's not what you're saying, but you have something to offer that other people can't or don't, or people can't connect to, right? Be relatable, be connectable, and just be you is the first thing. The second thing too, I know a lot of coaches tell me, they're like, yeah, I reach out to people. I try to, go and friend people on Facebook. A challenge I would have for you, could help bridge like Midwest, West, East, Southeast, whatever, Canada, international, when that happens, is set a goal, whether it's daily or weekly, whatever works for you, of building relationships, not recruiting or not coach signups or even conversations. Set a relationship building goal. Today, I'm going to build 3 relationships, 5 relationships, whatever that is. And it may just be reaching out to an old friend saying, hey, how are you? How are the kids? I haven't seen you in a while. Tell me about what's going on. Or maybe someone that you've talked to about coaching before. You say, hey, we're starting a new group. Love to have you in it if you're interested. If not, let me know if anyone else is. You got to put yourself out there. But a way, in addition to that, I think, to bridge these gaps, obviously we have social media and it can connect a bunch. Like, you guys know that, Facebook works so great, but don't just go and randomly follow people. I see a lot of coaches do that. They're like, well, I just went and friend requested like 50 people today. Okay, that's weird and creepy. People don't know who Gabby from New York is, right? They might, but they don't. So here's an activity that some of you may remember. Cheryl English, she used to work for the company. She was the Hispanic regional manager. She shared this with me. She said, one of the things I teach my coaches in terms of reaching out and expanding a network, and I know, Gladys, this isn't necessarily your question. I think it might help a little bit. She said threefold. Okay, before you just start going out and trying to connect and follow and build these relationships, she says do 3 things. 1, list 3 to 5 passions that you have, or things that you like. Cooking, working out, traveling, New York street art, marathon running. I don't care. Says 1, by doing this, you enjoy learning about this stuff and connecting with these types of people. But then 2, she says, do this. Go and follow blogs, or go to Facebook and in the search type New York marathon runners, or I don't know, New Jersey 5K. Guys, there are pages and groups for every single thing you can think of. She says once you start following these blogs or finding these groups, rather than just following people or friending them, like, add value. That's the third part. List your passions. Go and follow these sites or blogs or Instagram profiles, whatever avenues you use. Then she says, go and add a value. And that can be simply through liking a post, through adding a comment. Okay. If my girl Mimi down there is into 5Ks and I see she posts this great workout program that helps her prep for a 5K. Hey, thanks for sharing that, Mimi. I'm prepping to run myself. Do you have any other tips? Or maybe she shares a recipe because she loves to cook clean. You can say, hey, I have the same recipe I've used for this turkey, whatever, meatloaf. Check it out. And you're adding value. You're having a conversation. What happens on their end? And I guarantee, well, I don't guarantee anything, but a lot of them will do this because I do it and you guys do it too. What happens when you post on Facebook and someone likes your post? Like, do we go back to our post like multiple times a day to see how many people have liked it and who's liked it or who's commented?
I'm learning to do that so I can say thank you.
There you go, right?
Yep.
But we do it. And
that's how you build relationships. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. But you're exactly right. It's just building relationships, making connections. Mm-hmm. People are going to look and see who liked and who commented. And if this random Jeff dude from Utah goes and comments on Mimi's post, he's going to be like, who is he? She clicks her profile, or she clicks my profile. And based on what I've branded on my Facebook page, if I've been consistent, showed up doing my workouts or posting about whatever you post about as coaches, that's what they're exposed to. Relationship build. Okay. That's something you can try to do. That's something Cheryl shared that I've shared with a lot of top leaders, and it's simple. List 3 to 5 passions. Follow those people in those groups because 1, it's at least going to be fun and enjoyable to learn about this stuff you like. And 3, add value. So I think that'll help connect across these regions and things. But that's the best thing, in my opinion, guys, is just build relationships like crazy. And all the Success Club and Star Diamond ranks and all that jazz, that'll happen as a byproduct.
Awesome. That was
Thank you. Hold on, sorry. One last question.
You're good.
Since you mentioned it, Mexico, when's that happening? Just had to throw it out there. Sorry.
So Mexico is going. And that's when we're going to open Mexico.
that was good.
Oh man.
In other words,
Everybody started freaking out like, wait, what did he say?
I was gonna mute you, man.
if you guys still want to see me in the Northeast, I won't say a word. So, I will say this, that Carl is very strategic. He says, we'll expand when we can do it smartly. That wasn't a word, but he used it smartly, legally, full throttle, meaning with everything. So not just to go somewhere with just Shakeology or just a program or with just coaching. Like it's a package deal. We got to do it smartly, legally, and full throttle. But I can tell you, we're working at it. So
it's amazing. That was good. I was gonna unmute you, be like, what? No, but I have a question for you, and then we'll let you go.
you're good.
So you mentioned that our team is the 41st in the network to achieve this huge milestone. So I want our team to know Northeast. I want to know how big the network is for those that don't know, so that they can understand, how big this milestone is that we've just reached.
Don't quote me on these exact numbers because they're not exact.
Okay.
I know that there are over 500,000 coaches in the U.S. and Canada right now.
We've reached 500,000 already?
Oh, yeah, we're way past it. We may even be past 6.
Oh, wow.
And that's just in the U.S. and Canada, guys. So
That doesn't include Puerto Rico?
yeah, Puerto Rico as well, yep.
Oh, okay.
And I used to know this number off the top of my head. The population of the United States, I want to, and I could be wrong, so someone fact checks it good. I want to say it's like 363 million people, maybe 368 million. Point is, 500,000 of that is a minimal percentage. We are not tapped out in the market, guys.
It's huge.
And again, the fact that you guys are the 41st team to do that, and I mean in the North, it's a big deal. It's just kudos to you guys and what you're doing.
Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, I just wanted to put it into perspective because I know that in my mind the number 480,000 has been stuck, but I think it's been stuck there since like early this year. Of the coaches in the network. So I'm glad that I asked. So thank you again for your time. The call was amazing. Thank you for sharing stories and definitely giving us some points that we have to, work towards continuing to be strong and really just fighting our own fears, right? And pushing through them because, like you said, we come out stronger. So
For sure. And I appreciate you guys, like I said, taking time from your family and friends and hobbies and favorite Thursday night shows. I know there's a football game, so Gabby, I know your husband is committing to popping in the call. No, but I just appreciate the commitment and your guys' sacrifice and what you do, so thank you.
thank you so much, Jeff. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you so much.
You too. Thank you.
Jeff, don't forget that video.
I will send it tomorrow.
Thank you
and,
so much.
and those points.
Oh,
Thank
by
you.
then I'll have them.
I know, right?
All right, Jeff. Have a great night.
You
Good
guys.
night, everybody.